This presentation is based on an article published by Reuters on September 1st, commissioned by the Workforce Institute at the Kronos Incorporated and conducted by Harris Interactive. The Global Absence Survey revealed some interesting facts about behaviors and reasons contributing to the absenteeism rates seen around the world. 8 countries, which included China, India, and the United States, participated in the online survey conducted in July of 2011. The total number of responses received was approximately 9,500. 2/3 of the respondents were currently employed at the time of the survey. But before looking at the results, let's take a look at the number of days each country gives for time off. Time off is defined as the total number of vacation days plus national holidays for each country. The number of vacation days is computed as the minimum number required by that country and may vary slightly based on regional and industry differences. As the graph illustrates, China ranks near the bottom with a total of 21 days off per year and France at the top with 40 days off per year. One of the questions asked on the survey was, have you ever called in sick when you weren't really sick? Or simply, have you ever played hooky? Surprisingly, China led the pack at 71%. When you transpose the number of days off on top of these results, an interesting pattern develops. The tendency to play hooky seems to be inversely related to the amount of paid time off. Absenteeism is a global issue. Looking at data from European nations, China is not alone in its propensity to call in sick. Bulgaria leads Europe with an annual average of 22 sick days per employee. That equates to an additional 4 weeks off every year, whereas Spain, Britain, and Turkey all average less than 6 days per year. Several global trends were identified by 2 previous surveys, one by Mercer in 2010 and the other one by the International Monetary Fund. They both confirmed positive correlations in sick calls with generosity of employer benefits and participation in unions. Loss in productivity was not only reflected by the absent worker, but also by the decrease in efficiency of replacement workers. In the U.S., close to 920 million sick days are reported every year, with stress being the primary reason. Decreases in customer service, sales, and productivity are seen across the board, translating into millions of dollars lost. In fact, U.S. spends approximately 8.7% of its payroll for absenteeism on an annual basis. The primary reasons given for sick calls have changed slightly since 1995. Actual illness and family issues only comprised 56% of unplanned absences in 2007, whereas in 1995 they totaled 72%. Stress was cited as the primary reason for playing hooky in Canada at 71% and in China at 60%. So are we just working too much? On a global level, it certainly seems so. A good number of workers in developed countries average work weeks that exceed 48 hours. In the US, 40% of us bring work home at least once a week, and 1/3 of us work on weekends on a regular basis. 62% of us check work emails during scheduled times off. When considering the impact of absenteeism on business, it must include salaries and benefits paid to the workers who are absent, as well as indirect and administrative costs associated with lost productivity, replacement labor, and management overhead, all of which leads to a decrease in the bottom line. This, however, does not take into account intangible costs such as lower morale, which we will discuss later. Absenteeism is a serious problem for both small and large businesses, although the impact is more keenly felt by the small business owner. In Australia, small businesses average $2,000 in direct costs per employee each year. One additional factor that comes into consideration is the new generation of workers and their attitudes towards work, which may explain the increase in the entitlement mentality as a reason for sick call. In looking at the perceived impact of absenteeism on business, it is clear that the greatest impact is on increased workload and stress, followed by morale and productivity issues. So, what is to be done? Can the effect of absenteeism be prevented or at least minimized in the workplace? Experts in this area suggest incorporating work-life programs. Modified work schedules, compressed hours, and telecommuting all provide workers more personal time off and thereby potentially reduce sick calls. Using PTO banks, which combine sick leave and vacations, allow the worker to control how to allocate their time off. These methods have proven to be effective in various countries and industries. Another component of work-life programs is employee wellness. Non-traditional benefits such as flu shots, exercise programs at work, and incentives for healthy checkups are all part of creating a workplace well-being. Healthy workers lead to increased productivity, decreased absenteeism, and decreased stress, which all contribute to an increase in general morale. Absenteeism is indeed a global problem. Employers need to start exploring alternative methods of minimizing absenteeism other than disciplinary action. Creating a positive work environment and incorporating non-traditional services may help curb the absenteeism rate and the effect it has on overall revenue. Thank you.